U.S. Congress summons Andrew Mountbatten Windsor for explosive Epstein grilling. Demands interview on long-standing friendship with disgraced pedophile financier. In a dramatic escalation that crosses the Atlantic and threatens to drag the British royal family back into the Jeffrey Epstein abyss, members of the U.S. Congress have issued a formal demand for Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to submit to a public transcribed interview about his infamous ties to the late sex trafficker. The letter, signed by 16 lawmakers and led by California Democrat Robert Garcia, a prominent figure on the powerful Committee on Oversight and Government Reform, accuses the former Duke of York of potentially holding valuable information about Epstein's vast criminal network. With a deadline of November 20th for a response, this unprecedented move comes just 1 week after King Charles III stripped his brother of all royal titles, honors, and his beloved Royal Lodge residence, marking the most severe royal purge in over a century. The bipartisan group's letter, addressed to Andrew at the now vacated Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park, pulls no punches. Well-documented allegations against you, along with your long-standing friendship with Mr. Epstein, indicate that you may possess knowledge of his activities relevant to our investigation, it states. The committee is probing Epstein's sex trafficking operations in depth, vowing to uncover the identities of Mr. Epstein's co-conspirators and enablers, and to understand the full extent of his criminal operations. Referencing Virginia Giuffre's explosive posthumous memoir, which reignited global fury with claims that Andrew abused her at age 17. The lawmakers highlight a chilling 2011 email exchange where Andrew reportedly told Epstein, "We are in this together." They argue this further confirms our suspicion that you may have valuable information about the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein and his co-conspirators. Andrew, 65, has vehemently denied all allegations since the scandal erupted in 2019, settling a civil suit with Giuffre for an estimated £12 million in 2022 without admitting liability. The Metropolitan Police twice reviewed the claims and declined to investigate further, citing insufficient evidence, yet the U.S. Congress remains undeterred, framing cooperation as essential in the interest of justice for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. This isn't the first time American authorities have circled Andrew. In 2021, the FBI sought his testimony during Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, but he never complied, citing royal privileges that no longer exist. The timing couldn't be more humiliating. Last Thursday's Buckingham Palace bombshell, executed via rare letters patent under the Great Seal, reduced Andrew to a commoner overnight. His Majesty has today initiated a formal process to remove the style, titles and honors of Prince Andrew, the statement read. Prince Andrew will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Formal notice has now been served to surrender the lease, and he will move to alternative private accommodation. These censures are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. Sources say Andrew is relocating to a modest cottage on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, a far cry from Royal Lodge's 30 rooms and 98-acre grounds he shared with ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, speaking from the COP30 summit in Brazil, sidestepped direct involvement but delivered a pointed message. In the end, it's a matter for him personally. My view: is that anybody who has relevant information should always be willing to give it to whatever inquiries need that information. But the individual decision is a matter for him. Labour's response underscores a broader UK sentiment. Andrew is now a private citizen, stripped of diplomatic immunity and royal protections. For the York family, the pressure is mounting. Daughters Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, who retain their HRH statuses, have stayed silent. With Eugenie recently spotted smiling in London, seemingly unbothered. But this congressional summons could force uncomfortable testimonies. Especially as Epstein's web ensnared figures from Bill Clinton to Prince Andrew's social circle. Legal experts warn compliance isn't optional. Ignoring a U.S. congressional subpoena could lead to extradition requests or asset freezes, though unlikely for a British citizen. Andrew's team has yet to respond publicly, but insiders say he's furious and isolated. Consulting lawyers amid fears this could unravel sealed documents from his Jew-free settlement. As the November 20th deadline looms, the world watches. Will Andrew finally break his silence? Or defy the call and risk becoming an international fugitive in the court of public opinion? One thing is certain. The Epstein saga, 6 years after his death, refuses to die. And Andrew Mountbatten Windsor remains at its haunted center.